So you're looking through a sextant at things through the sextant. Which one of these represents that, first of all?
Your sight to the star would be line B.
Line B. Okay.
Yes.
And where's the horizon?
The horizon's not in the diagram.
You know how a sextant works?
Yeah.
What do you look at in a sextant?
Well, you look at a celestial object.
And
you don't need a horizon for a sextant.
What do you mean? Wow, man.
Don't need. You sound a little bit quivery in your voice there, Bob. You don't need the horizon.
Of course not.
Say what?
Are you high right now?
What the hell did you just say?
You don't need the horizon.
Of course not.
You're just being asked, do you know what dip correction is? If you don't, that's fine. Just say no. If you do, just tell us what dip correction is, Bob.
Dip correction is related to the angle formed between your horizontal and the horizon as you look down from an elevated height. You don't need a horizon for a sextant. Your HS is your angle, is your altitude from the celestial object to the horizon. You don't need a horizon for a sextant.
Is that what you're stating the horizon dip correction is?
Well, you look up to the celestial object and down to the horizon. You don't need a horizon for a sextant. Well, you look up to the celestial object. You don't need a horizon for a sextant. And down to the horizon. So you don't need a horizon with a sextant, no.
Everyone stop. Just want to clarify what he said. So you're saying that when you use the sextant, it's literally pointed downwards towards the lower horizon on your sphere. I'm not going to try and get you in a gotcha. I'm just clarifying your position, Bob.
That's absolutely correct, Nathan.
Fine.
You don't need a horizon for a sextant.
Go ahead, 10th.
He said he does. He said he doesn't use the horizon. I want him to affirm that.
Yes. So you don't need a horizon with a sextant, no. Your HS is your angle, is your altitude from the celestial object to the horizon. So you don't need a horizon with a sextant, no. Your HS is your angle, is your altitude from the celestial object to the horizon. So you don't need a horizon with a sextant, no.
Turn out the lights.
Double speaking, pretender clown face monkey.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end.
Ballers scattered on dawn's highway bleeding. Fallacies and refravity crowd their fragile eggshell minds.
Well, everybody's heard about the bird. The bird's a winner.
I anticipated. Hey guys, welcome to the show. Got a great one lined up for you today, hopefully. As usual, if you'd like to support this channel, there are PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. Check out Discord. We have Betty Van Velsen. How's it going, Betty?
Where's the beautiful at?
The beautiful Betty Van Velsen. How's it going, Betty?
Yeah, less now. Because of the start.
Because of the start? What
Yeah,
start?
you usually say, well, what's up with the beautiful Betty van Velsen?
I got thrown off. I anticipated before the bird is a word. I forgot about that. And I threw the intro in and it threw the whole timing off.
Mm. Okay, well, you're excused for this time. Then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, a bad start is usually a bad ending. Or a worse ending. Maybe.
That's fine. I could deal with that. Listen, I'm flexible.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's right.
Is that why your shows need to be short?
Yeah, we're going to keep them short. This show's 10 minutes. I'm going to mute Adam before he even introduces himself.
That's the intro. Do that right now, then.
I've got a Bible passage to finish from last week, so you know you can kind of keep muting, cutting off the Bible, John, if that's why you want to run your shows. Fine, unbelievable that last.
Listen to this. So,
right?
Okay, go ahead. Finish. Sorry to rumpus you.
To be fair, I was kind of glad you did cut me off because I wasn't that fully prepared. I was just seeing.
Nah, I cut Betty off.
Oh, you're brave.
Go ahead, Betty.
Huh?
Oh, brother.
Well, I just said, well, introduce Adam, right? So that you can cut him off later.
Okay, I'll introduce him. The Adam Meakin.
Good evening, everyone.
That's enough, Adam.
That'll do.
Get stuffed. Well, there's more people in here. There's Neil and there's Mitchell, right?
Mitchell from Australia. Thanks for being here, sir. What you got? I know you came in there for a reason. I know something's in your craw.
Where's the beautiful at?
The beautiful Mitchell from Australia.
I'm great. How are you guys? Yeah, it's another epic day on Flat Earth. There's never a better time to be a flat earther right now. It is fantastic.
Well, thank you.
I tried not to push the disbelief and ask for the title beautiful. I thought about it, Mitchell, but yeah, unfortunately, that would have been false claim. I think I was trying to ask for that.
Hyperbole.
Beautiful inside. That's what matters, isn't it?
Neil. Oh, you're perfect robot. Thanks. Drop on, come back in.
Neil's beautiful voice.
He's always usually good on Nathan's show. Why does he have problems in this? Is he working? He's probably, it's different time. He's probably working somewhere then, right?
No, just to piss you off, just to get the blood pressure boiling.
Nah, that doesn't piss me off. Damn, he just left, period. Good. All right, what else we got? I know you got something in your craw there, Mitchell. I know you do. You want to get it out of your craw now, or you want to wait?
Did you want to present anything?
Did you see my message back to you?
You're putting me on the spot now. I did, but it was as I woke up. What did you write back to me?
I wrote back. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do you have it up so you can read it?
I better get it up. Should we allude to what we're talking about? The new, very high clarity 4K Black Swan from BMLSB 69.
Yep. New video, right? I seen it late last night.
I said, have you got content lined up for your show tomorrow? And you wrote back, I do. Is that the message you want me to say?
Is that all I wrote? Is just, I do?
You can touch on it.
And then I said, you can definitely touch on the subject that you're, yep, that's what I said.
Everyone needs to go to BMLSB 69 channel and watch the new video. I think it's called Anacapa. 31.82 miles from 1.5 observer height. And there is the original Black Swan is in there. Habitat and Hill House in the foreground, demarcating how far the horizon could be. And if you compare the the two. I did a bit of a comparison, put it in Ballbusters and Master B. The horizon, comparing the two from the original Black Swan in 2016 to now, which was just captured on the weekend, is far in the distance. It is unbelievably far. This is amazing footage from BMLSB69. Everyone needs to go subscribe to him, give him a pat on the back, because yeah, he not only gave us the original Black Swan footage, he's just updated it with a P1000 4K. It is beautiful. And obviously I just touched on what is potentially a new Black Swan. I was going to talk about how far are we going to push this? Is it the Anacapa Arch from 31.82 miles from a 1.5 observer height? Like this is immense. Not going to push it at all? No one's pushing it? That's all right, I can push it.
We've got two R's here, two new possible R's.
Well, there was another one. What did I put in Master B? There was another hill. It wasn't just these two oil platforms that he captured. He's captured all the oil platforms in the vicinity of that area. I'm just trying to pull up. Was it Grace? I think Grace was 20 miles away. I'm just trying to get to it.
19.81 it says on your...
Was it Grace though? I just want to...
Yeah, 19.81 for Grace, yeah.
Yeah, Grace. So 19.81, and the horizon's definitely in the distance there. This is the same picture of seeing the Anacapa Arch. So we've got Grace in the foreground, 19.81. So at best for the globe, minimum is going to be 20 miles for a 1.5 observer foot height. So that puts the new radius at 704,000 miles. 704,000 for their new radius. Like, where's it going to stop? It's keep getting pushed out further and further and further. And yeah, if we extend it to 31.82 miles for the Anacapa Arch, that puts it at 1.77 million miles for your new radius, globe believers. Yeah, we're not saying I'm not saying it's not a globe, but this is the new globe that you live on. If you think that you still live on a globe believers, like how far?
What about all the star movements?
Oh, the old Black Swan, we tried to quantify, didn't we, in heliocentric terms, and it meant that the new R value was from here to the moon, 160,000 miles of an R. This 704, I've got a comparison for that one, but not the 1.7. So 704 means it's got a slightly bigger radius than the sun in their model. Well, a lot bigger, because that's kilometers. The sun is 696,000 kilometers radius. So it even means the new Earth is bigger than their sun in their model.
Are you sure you did the math? Hold on a second. You sure you did the math correct? Or what? Let's get into this, because like I told you before we went on air, I got this. I figured out, because I knew it was going to come up sooner or later. This is like over 2 years old. I figured I'd just go through 1 foot observer height at 10 miles, 12 miles, 15 miles, 20 miles, 25 miles, and 30 miles. And I just threw it off to the side. I said I'd probably never use it, right? So BMLSB in his video is 1.5 feet, correct?
Correct.
At 31 miles. Is he seeing the horizon at 31 miles?
There's definitely a horizon. There's definitely ocean or sea, or where the apparent position where the sky meets the land at. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. How far are we going to push this? Is it 31.82 miles that we're actually seeing in between Anacapa Arch and Anacapa Rock? We can definitely say that we're seeing past 20 miles as demarcated by platform Grace. Like the horizon is far in the distance from there, but how far can we push this, do you think?
I don't know. You'd have to identify roughly where the horizon is. If it's at...
Yeah. I
didn't figure it out at 1.5 and 31, but 1 foot at 30, it's not going to be too much different than this value. 2,376,000 miles. Go ahead. You can rebut Adam if you'd like.
Yeah, this is Adam's formula that I was using.
What were those parameters? On 1 foot at 30 miles?
1 foot at 30 miles.
Cool. Yeah, give me a sec.
I like QE's better. That comes out at an extra 500,000 miles for their radius. This is immense. Globe believers, do you still believe that you're on a globe after seeing this? And we're going to be pushing this hard. It doesn't matter if we're putting the horizon at 30 miles, at 20 miles. Your radius is absolutely shot. Like we're digging up the coffin of the globe right now. It's already dead. We're digging it up. We're putting C4 in the coffin, and we're blowing it beyond all recognition. It's been vaporized with this new BMLSB 69 observation.
I've got it at 2.376 million miles.
That's exactly right.
Can I ask a question?
Only if Betty allows it.
Yeah, go ahead.
What about this? What about all the movements of the heavenly bodies? Don't they rely on it? Well, not rely on it, 3959. But ain't they based off of that?
Yeah, you're going to need half of that, aren't you? So that pushes them out. It's okay, Neil. Like I said in the chat before, they can just be bigger and further away. We can fix that, can't we? We were just a bit wrong.
No. I'm sorry, they can't.
That it?
That's it for me.
The globe is dead. I just wanted to see how far we're going to push this. Like, are we going to use the 31.82? I don't think it can be put at 31.82 because you're not seeing the bottom of the Anacapa Arch and the horizon in the distance of that. It's kind of the Anacapa Arch is kind of a demarcation point in the horizons. Kind of at. I don't think we're seeing the base of the Anacapa Arch, but we're definitely seeing the base of Platform Grace at 20 miles with the horizon far in the distance of that. So we can definitely easily push 1.5 foot observer height, 20 mile plus horizon.
Oh yeah, that's well. That like I said, I've been saying for the longest time here. These are just death throes. I mean, we already know, and I'm going to show you again with the Sea Sparrow today, along with the Black Swan, along with the Sextant, along with the elevation angles. That's a killer argument, and it's quick to the point. I unleashed it. I don't know if anyone's in here that was in here last night. One of the higher up baltards was in Betty's server, and I was just sitting in there minding my own business, and I said, you know what? Let me unleash this on him. So I unleashed the elevation angle on him. He's dead. Nothing. Zero. He said, I'm going to go back playing my video games. That's how bad it was. So it's all over.
That's telling.
Yeah. I said, yeah, you go back and play your video games. Yep. All over. Like I said, death throes.
Yeah, after I posted this stuff in the group chat in Master B, 10th Man kind of put me in my place. I was really excited to post these pictures of Platform Grace and Anacapa Arch at these distances. Like, this is immense. It makes the radius so freaking huge. And then 10th Man, I don't want to take his thunder away because it's coming. 10th Man posts something about the GP point, how far the GP point is, and alluding to how big a globe radius would be if you're using the GP from your observer using the sextant. There's so much pain coming for the globe believers. Are you going to kind of get into that?
Do you have those photos on you? Can you post them in? I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong chat. Oh, brother.
Where do you want them?
In the BALLBUSTERS live stream here in VC. Right here.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, in Discord right here.
And Discord, yeah.
Because I did, like I said, I did watch the video last night. It was late last night.
No, I mean these things that 10th Man posted has nothing to do with the BMLS B69.
Oh, okay.
New video.
I thought you had screenshots of the BMLSB. Okay, sorry about that.
Oh no, I do. Sorry, yeah, I can get them. I thought you meant the ones from 10th Man. Yeah, I'll get
No.
the ones from. Yep, I'll get them.
Just on that new image where you're trying to. We're reifying the horizon into the leading edge of a ball so we can calculate a new R for them, just to laugh at them. I don't know, it's a funny one. I'm looking at it, Mitchell, and you can see, what's it called? Anacapa Arch and Rock. You can see that. You can see the scene. You can certainly see a demarcation behind it, a darker area and then a lighter area. So whether that you would count as interpreting it as the horizon, but you can still see the base of the Anacapa Rock and stuff continuing. So I think I'd be happy to put it at 30 miles. Looking at that, I don't see any reason that the image isn't clear enough to say that. I won't push it further and say, oh, look, the horizon's this high up the rocks, look. So I could push it a bit further, but certainly say I can see the rocks in the water and continuance after them. So, you know, I'd stick it at 30 miles and be happy to quote that and let the ballers challenge it, but be interested how we would.
I think, yeah, this is back on the ballers now. Yeah, explain what we're saying. Are you going to say refraction again and throw the radius right on the geometric horizon right under the bus again, so we can't use the sextant again? Like, it's just another circular argument for the Globers. Are they going to address this?
Oh, brother, you posted them in the wrong chat. But that's okay. Listen, let's try to do this because it's not allowing me to pull up. I guess I don't know why it won't let me open up the original. Go ahead and post them in Skype, please.
Yeah. To you?
Yeah.
I'll post them to you.
Okay. Go ahead. You guys can continue until I pull these up.
Yeah, it's just a good comparison. Yeah, sorry. You go on.
To me, I think 30 miles is a reasonable distance. If they're 31.82, I don't think anyone can argue with a minimal horizon of 30 miles. I think we could all make arguments for why it's further, looking at the image.
Oh,
I'd
brother.
happily accept 30 miles. But the reality is, as I said, how would the ballers shrink that to try and pretend that it's less than that? That. I'm not asked. They can pick a number for me. You know what I mean?
It's woeful ignorance. Come on now. How
All
much more we got to bring?
All right, I have one of the images up in Skype. So platform Grace is Anacapa. The left of platform Grace is Anacapa Arch and Rock, 80-foot elevation, 31.82 miles away. So this is the actual picture closer, right? The Anacapa Arch, I would suppose, is the arch right here. Yeah. And
it's got the picture of the arch kind of superimposed above it.
Yeah, it's a little jumbled here, but yeah, you can definitely see that's pretty far. I guess it's looming.
That's the only thing.
In respect to the horizon?
Nice, Neil.
Yeah, you're on your game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, is the horizon looming respect to the horizon? Yeah, I guess they could say that Anacapa Arch is looming to respect with the horizon. But look, we need kind of a better BMLS B69 has done a pretty good job on enhancing the images. But if someone can pick this up, look at his original footage and kind of get a better clarity image so we can make that horizon really defined. See, I think it is past Anacapa Arch.
That's just overkill. It's over.
Oh yeah. This is as I said. We've dug up the globe was already dead. It's been buried. It's in its coffin. But I'm as I said before, we've We'll put C4 in it. We've vaporized it. There is no remnants of the globe left.
You put C4 in the coffin.
Past that, we destroyed it a while ago. I think.
Yeah.
For me, Mitchell, what we're doing here, looking at those pictures, if you pull them up, John, with new radius 704,000 miles. Obviously, the old Black Swan 260,000. If we go to 30 miles, what's Mitchell got? 1.7. Yours 2.3 million mile value for R. To put in a standard vernacular, we're taking the piss out of them, yeah, in terms of their assumptions, their assertions of what the horizon is and how ridiculous it is for them to stick in this paradigm, and the acceptance that they don't have an R value, and if they're going to use what they did, these things, to define it, this is how ridiculous the numbers come out for them if they cling on to this horizon being leading edge of a ball, whether they invoke terrestrial refraction or not. This is a flat over 30 miles and some, isn't it? So, yeah, to me, it's just highlighting the ridiculum of their claim now, and how daft it is.
Yeah, we're having a great laugh here. I just googled the radius of the sun as they put it in the heliocentric model, 432,000 miles. So just platform Grace puts the radius almost double the size of the sun, and yeah, put it out to 1.7 or 2.3. Like that's we're taking the piss here, ballers. Can you see the hilarity of this all? Like, how are you ever getting your globe back? It's gone. There's no globe. It's never going to come back. People ask me, what will it take for me to believe that I'm on a globe again? It's not reality. It can never be reality with images and pictures and videos like this. How can you ever reconcile this? It is beyond reconciliation.
Unless you're willfully ignorant.
Yeah, unless you're an absolute liar. Lying to yourself, lying to the people around you after seeing these images in this footage.
Anything else on Anacat?
It's hard to lie to yourself, isn't it? If you've used maths for so long to validate your position. And what we're doing here is using their maths. This isn't just taking the mick. It's using the assumptions that they make to validate their ball, or they've always done, and turning it back round on them like a mirror. So you've really got to start to kid yourself. If the thing that kept your ball together was maths, if the maths is now showing how ridiculous your claim is.
Yeah, maths proves things. Remember, Globers? Does it prove that you have a geometric horizon at 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height and feet? Absolutely doesn't. John, could you show in the live stream the comparison of the 2016 Black Swan and the 2021 Black Swan, just to see how far past the horizon is in this new footage? And I also want to put it in Skype.
Yep.
I also want to point out too, when it does come up, it still has bendy cranes, Globers, if you want to latch onto that point again. If you want to fall back into that bear trap. If you haven't realized how devastating saying refraction is yet.
That the one?
We're going to go.
And I realize there's a lag, so I'll wait up for you.
Is that image in the live stream now?
Yes.
Yeah, this is just a comparison to how much further the horizon is. It is immensely further. Obviously, we were just going through how far it could be, 31.82 miles, but the original Black Swan, that was the devastating blow. The 1st of January 2021. The globe has been dead since then. That's the original Black Swan on the left. It was from 2016. That was the footage from 2016, but we brought it up. QE brought it up in the Motor Silence in January 1st, 2021. And now we've got this new Black Swan, the updated 4K from the P1000, an amazing device. And you can see how far in the background the horizon is. It's almost covering platform habitat there, and it's far in the distance. And yeah, It's got bendy cranes, Globus. You want to latch back onto that. You want to fall back into that trap. Whip you around again. And then we'll talk about the sextant again.
Looking at
work on the globe with refraction.
Looking at this, it might be a little bit high though, Mitchell, because it looks like this is just above the island here. The horizon looks like right about, if you could see my mouse, right about in there. But that
have you got the one with the yellow line?
Yeah. Doesn't matter. We're just piling on. We're dancing on the graves. It really doesn't matter.
Do you want to show the one without the yellow line? Because, yeah, I kind of put the line right on the horizon where it is really defined. I thought it was land when I said to BMLS B69, is that land? Is that an island behind platform habitat? Is that what you're seeing now? And he says, no, that's still the horizon. It was just really thick. It was like kind of nothing in between what we saw the horizon in the old Black Swan to the new horizon where I thought it was land. If you put that other image up, it's just like a really thick horizon. It's not just like a line. It looks like kind of land.
Yeah, let me see this. I'd have to take another look. I think I got that up, not with the yellow line on it, because that was the one before.
Yeah, the one without the yellow line.
Yeah, I have to get his angle because...
It's better I'd have to play the video. I suppose the video's not really queued up, but yeah, everyone needs to go and see the actual video. You can definitely see the horizon where the yellow line, I'll put it, like it's so thick.
Yeah. Cool.
Once again, Globe's dead.
You got a super chat.
Oh, go ahead, Betty.
Yeah, you got a super chat from Tony Whitcomb, and he says the sea sparrow doesn't even claim a Coriolis effect. Duh.
We're going to get into that sea sparrow here in a few minutes. Yeah, the Coriolis effect, that's true. That's one aspect of it. I didn't want to bring that part up, but you got it. You're on it.
And it's a really good super chat, so
yeah.
You know.
Thanks, Tony. Appreciate that, sir. Anything more on Anacapa and Bo? Mitchell, if you just want to call him Bo instead of BMLSB 69, his name's Bo. Yeah, he'd like that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if we were using Bo or not. Thanks, Bo. You're awesome, mate. It is so much easier than the mouthful of your channel, mate.
Most people screw the numbers up. It's all kind of BMLSB 38,865.20. They stumble over it. Just say Bo.
Yeah, you're awesome, Bo. Thank you so much.
Who? Somebody say who?
Bo.
Bo. Yeah. BMLSB 69 is Bo.
You gotta love bows.
Oh, Bo. You got me. Yeah. Bo. Like the name, sir.
It's quite fitting. It was quite fitting that this is around Halloween as well. It's a bit scary for the ballers, isn't it? Bo. Boo. What we found.
It also seems right around this time of the year because that's when the Black Swan was taken, in the October timeframe. I don't know the exact date, but it's right around the middle of October, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I went to his channel. I think it was did I put that in there? The 20th or 21st of October 2016?
2016, yep.
I did put that in.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, it is around this time. Like, it's just perfect clarity. And obviously, he's got 5 years on from that. He's got a P1000 and shooting in 4K with an extra zoom. Like, this, it just keeps getting worse and worse for the Globers. There was no coming back from this pain, and there is no coming back from the new pain. We just keep piling it on. You still haven't addressed the first Black Swan. There still is no rebuttal to the first Black Swan. Now we're piling it on. It's. I can see the pain. I can feel the pain. Not for us.
Mitchell, they don't. It's not that they don't have an answer. They still don't know the argument. I heard just yesterday, just perusing around, I heard somebody pull up the Black Swan or bring up the topic. They don't understand the argument still.
Okay.
Whether they're doing it purposely or not, I don't know, but it was really stupid.
QE, you're going to have to go over that again after
What?
the scientific method because they don't understand the argument, even people on our own side.
Yeah, I understand. I've heard a few from our own side that don't either. Yeah, I don't get it. I did like 8 to 10 presentations. If you go on the playlist, remember that's where the money is. Go to the playlist. I have a Black Swan playlist. So whatever numbers in there, I might have missed a couple. I was searching for them, and I put a few in there. But I think it's between 8 and 10, where I systematically go through it step by step. So we'll probably be doing Black Swan here coming up here short over the next few weeks. I'm going through all the flat Earth proofs.
Cool.
Oh. Secure that, Hudson. All right. Anything else on Bo's Anacapo shot? Like Mitchell said, way to go, Bo. I mean, you're pummeling him. Anything else? Betty, any more business?
No.
Why not?
Well, I think you got a decent super chat for now. Could last you a little.
Could last me a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move into the block one. Okay, go ahead.
Just one little point that you mentioned about Bo's images this time of year. There's very little difference, isn't there, in terms of temperatures? The sea's cool, and the air's more uniform in terms of its temperature variance. So it tends to lend much better clarity for distance. So probably no surprise it was this time whenever, many years ago he took it. Stuff tends to lend. It's like when they did the Lake Balaton laser testing.
Mm-hmm.
As well as the lake being frozen to give you a nice flat base, the real advantage was you got less dispersion of the laser because it was less humidity in the air and even less variance through the layers.
You got a fan going in your background.
Yeah, it's bloody freezing here, John, and I'm in the shed, so I've got to. So I'll try and turn it off when I'm speaking and then turn it back on when I'm mute.
Oh, that's a pain. Don't do that. You don't need to do that. That's a real pain in the butt.
No. I'm prepared to go cold for the cause.
I'm just wondering because I heard a background sound. I was wondering if somebody was echoing through your mic, but you're good. You're okay.
It's not Siberia. I can cope for a minute.
No soundly whisper this time?
Yeah, no soundly whispers.
I'm being fed, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that was a long time ago, wasn't it? Yeah, that was some years ago. All right, you guys.
Are they still around? Soundly, GeoStreamer, Rhetoric.
Any of those three, I haven't heard from them in over a year. And now maybe it's because I haven't been looking for them, but I haven't heard any. Have you?
No. How about Audio Guy?
Audio
Remember
Guy, Sean Huffrod.
Yeah.
Now, wasn't he banished?
Banished from where?
I think the Globetards, even though they're lower than the abomination of the earth, I think they banished him.
Yeah, I think he took some money and ran with it.
Yeah, it was something. I didn't get into the details. I just heard the headlines and then just moved on. Right? Yeah.
Are we getting into a presentation tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to... Yes.
Oh, I've got one bit more of miscellany then, just to...
Okay.
Shout before we do that. Just
quickly.
Well, it goes back to Betty's presentation because I'm still not past bloody Reuben. She had this... I told you I'd look into it. And I wanted to tell Betty before I forget. So one of the symbols, we've got past the mandrakes, haven't we? But one of the symbols of Reuben was this fleur-de-lis, and it was just bending my head. So I was doing some digging, and there's a first first century CE coin. So before the fall of the temple, but on it isn't a fleur de lis. It's got the same thing, up stick and 2 side sticks with bulbous bits on it, and they were trying to identify what these things are, and I think this is what Rubens is. I think it's the pomegranates. It's on this first century coin. That's kind of the best guess as to what they've got. But then I also found out that on some of the old robes of some of the Pharisees, they would have pomegranate images stitched on the bottom of the sash. So I'm going with Reuben not being a fleur de lis, but an old Jewish pomegranate symbol.
Jewish, how do you get that word again?
Well, Judea. Well, this is interesting, that word, because I was looking at that as well. So actually the correct translation in all of these, 99% of the time, is to use the word Judean, would be the most correct. Because they'll also refer to other Galileans and so on and forth. Yeah. But when they tend to use the word, just replace it as Jew, when it isn't. It's a geographical, not a religious designation.
Time. Like, I mean, any other words, also in the scientific communities, they change words. Like also now the definition of vaccines and herd immunity, right? It's the same thing with that, right? They changed stuff over time. And so what you mean by Jews might not be what Jews are.
I knew well, I didn't know. I was scared. I triggered you when I used the word. So I did prep in case but yeah, that's what I kind of found from that as well. That the standard. Be
careful what you can't talk about, because then you need to look.
Like I said, they weren't my words. They were Paul's words.
Yeah,
Don't call me the anti-Semite.
And John's, right, in the end, in Revelation, where he also said something about it.
He's possibly anti-Semitic. There's a different message in there.
Also that,
how Paul's talking about them. Yeah.
Because Adam, Semitic, comes from the word Shem, which is one of the patriarchs, right? One of the sons of Noah. So most of the people will be Shemites, right? So if we say that you are an anti-Semite, you might be considering wiping out a whole lot of people instead of just Jews.
Well, if I'm included in that, then I can use the word without
exactly.
Yeah, so it's fine.
So you can just simply say, no, I'm not an anti-Semite.
Yeah. I am a Semite, technically. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
There's the differences that you see, because then you've got the
patience, Adam, because there's much more to come.
Well, I'm enjoying it, but like I said, I'm about to press play past Ruben now.
Wow.
It was your fault.
Yeah, I know, but I like that. That's why I wanted to do this, because I think that most people miss out on things because they just read over passages and think, okay, it's old stuff, it's long gone, but it's relevant. You need to know where you came from. You need to know identity, right? And the Bible gives so many sort of little gifts where you can sort of latch onto and see where you end up with it right now, right here, right? It's also sort of a detective book. If you like detectives and you like puzzles, go to the Bible.
Yeah, but don't expect to solve it. That's all I'd say.
Well, yeah,
but it'll keep you entertained for as long as you're here. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if a puzzle is solved, then it's boring, right? It needs to have mysteries, don't you think? But going on to another mystery, John has a sea sparrow that needs to go off.
We ready?
Yeah, I made a bridge to you. Right?
Thank you.
Good. Go ahead.
Appreciate that. Let's move on to the sea sparrow. We haven't talked about this because all of the Black Swan, the Sextant, I mean, we've been dropping anchor on those, but I really enjoy this argument because it brings out the numpty baltards in the baltards. It really brings all that numptiness right up to front and center. Right? I love it. And thanks a lot, United States Navy. This is a killer Baltard argument. It just kills the spinning ball space monkey religion dead in its tracks. So take a look at the sea sparrow. And if you take a look at this little contraption right down here, I'm sort of putting my square and the mouse over it. Right? This is the key to the argument. These are the target illumination radars. I could really care less where this missile is. It's irrelevant. I do care where these target illumination radars are. Right? And you're going to see that here in a few minutes. So, first of all, this is the one that really exposes the Baltards for who they are. Now, from Navy.mil, general characteristics, and we're talking about the Evolved Sea Sparrow Missile Block 1. That's the important part, because the Block 2 is now sort of in service. I was searching for stuff over the past couple days to see the date, because the Block 2 was supposed to be released in the year 2020. We'll get to that down below. And I was just searching around. The nearest thing I could find was an updated article from 2021, but it just repeated what it said from 2018. So, but I think it's in the middle of low rate production, what they call, and still engineering, but I digress. We'll get to that here in a few minutes. This is the key from Navy.mil, ESSM Block 1. Primary function, surface to surface, and what? Surface to surface to air and surface to surface radar guided missile. So both are primary functions, not just one. You will get Baltards climbing out of the woodwork saying, it's just a surface to air missile, QE. This has been going on for 5 years. I must have put out this presentation at least 8 times, right? And then provided them citation over and over again. Guess what happened at 2 o'clock today? That's rhetorical. Let's take a look at what happened from a globe-tard spinning space monkey at 2 p.m. today. From Coffee House Numpty Dipshit. Here's what he says. The old sea sparrow being dusted off again. Wonder how many times its primary purpose as a sea-to-air weapon will be mentioned. I rest my case. That's it, right there. You're fucking idiots. You clown. I'd like to bring him on the show and have him tell me what is the primary function and what are the actual targets that the Sea Sparrow shoots at. Why don't I just tell you right now? The ESSM Block 1 provides reliable ship self-defense capability against agile, high-speed, low-altitude anti-ship cruise missiles. Red sea skimmers. Low-velocity air threats, such as helicopters, and high-speed maneuverable surface threats. Do you get it, Baltards? So its main defense, or the main target for it, are sea skimmers. Guess how high off the surface sea skimmers fly? As low as 6 feet off the surface. 6 feet to 100 feet. Essentially, we can treat those as surface targets, even though they're not touching the surface. I know this is going to be real hard for you to understand and to comprehend, Baltards. See, if it's flying at 6 feet, right, I can say that that's a surface target. Why? Because most surface targets have a higher elevation than 6 feet. You get me, sunshines. Clowns. Even 100 feet. Most ships are higher than 100 feet, and they're on the surface, aren't they? My word. So, surface to air, I'm not saying that they don't have any surface to air capability. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is also one of its primary functions is that. Duh. Even even, like I said, highly maneuverable targets on the surface. Like it said, other than the sea skimmers. But you just run right into that frigging dumpster fire every single time. I love it. That's why I brought it up. We're going to do it again in a few more weeks. Moving on, this is from meat.com. Bistatic semi-active seekers in the nose of a missile receive a reflected signal from a target that is being illuminated with an RF signal transmitted from a fire control radar. You see that? That's what I outlined before. Guess what those are? On a standoff platform, aircraft, or ship, such systems require that the platform maintain, this is key, line of sight to the target until it is engaged by the missile. Ship-based Standard Missile, SM, and NATO Sea Sparrow AAW missiles are examples of such a semi-active mode. The NATO Sea Sparrow requires a constant signal for homing. As you're going to see here in a few minutes, it requires the ships, the same ship that fired it, its target illumination radar, to maintain line of sight. That's for the ESSM Block 1 Sea Sparrow. Range is more than 35 miles. Here, let me tell you something with this. Baltards, you don't seem to understand this. I know it's probably purposeful ignorance, but it may just be plain ignorance. Okay. You see, when military gives ranges, right, for their weapon systems, all the military, they're going to give you specific ranges. Like, I think I brought up the M203 before. It'll give specific ranges for point versus area targets. It's hyper specific. When the military just says the range is more than 35 miles and doesn't delineate the type of target, then guess what? That's the range for all the targets here. Follow, clowns? That's a little bit higher level. Yeah, it'll take like 3 weeks to even get half that sentence into your brain because you're morons. So the target is illuminated with a 2-degree RF pencil beam, which has to be maintained, that is painted on the target until detonation. Any more than generous 50 feet elevation above sea level, that's where those target illumination radars are. The target should be hidden behind 463 feet of curvature. So, please explain how you can have line of sight 35 miles away. Oh, by the way, that is just the range that they give us. The actual ranges are classified. So it's much further than this. So please explain how you can have line of sight 35 miles away on a spinning ball space monkey by showing how a 2-degree RF pencil beam can penetrate 463 feet, that's 141 meters of target hidden height, through a wall of water 26 miles in length. Can you show us that? Can you even explain that coherently? No, because it's stupid. Like I said, PS 35 miles is lowballing. The official max effective range is classified. It's much greater than 35 miles. So, either A, the Evolved Sea Sparrow missile, ESSM Block 1, exists, or the spinning ball space monkey religion exists. Both can't be true. Simple as that. Here's a little bit more detail for you. See if you can follow this. The range of the Evolved Sea Sparrow missile Block 1 is 50 km. Actually, it's much farther. Like I said, it's classified. The target must be illuminated by RF pencil beam via target illumination radar I showed you above on the same launch ship for the weapon system to engage. Ergo, it must have line of sight. The target illumination radar and the Evolved Sea Sparrow missile Block 1 must be on the same launch ship. Must be. That's for the Block 1. Not the Block 2, but the Block 1. I'm going to show you that here in a few seconds. Surface targets, ships, and sea skimmers. See this guy right here. This is the big one. This is what its main mission is, to defeat sea skimmers. are engaged by the evolved Sea Sparrow missile Block 1 from the launch ship or ships. The horizon at 50 feet elevation, according to the begging the question, proof of nothing, perspective hijacking Earth curve calculators, is 8.65 miles. Ergo, the limit of line of sight on a sphere is 8.65 miles at that elevation. It'll change slightly with higher elevations, obviously. If the evolved Sea Sparrow missile Block 1 can engage surface targets from ships at anything greater than 8.65 miles, that's 13.9 kilometers, and it most assuredly can, then the Earth must be flat. Might as well throw a Modus Tollens in there. Rub it in with salt. If P, then Q, not Q, therefore not P. If the Earth is a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles, P, then illuminating surface targets, including sea skimmers, with an RF pencil beam would be limited to 8.65 miles, Q. Not Q, because surface targets are illuminated and engaged at distances greater than 4 times that limit. Therefore, not P, the Earth is not a sphere. Prosecution rests simple. They live in a fairy tale, the end. All are rebuttals, besides the stupid one I showed above that it's just a surface-to-air missile. But the missile and the target illumination radar don't have to be on the same ship, QE. Really? From Raytheon, who makes the ESSM Block 1 and Block 2, and the RIM-7, unlike the RIM-7 Sea Sparrow missile and the ESSM Block 1, you see, unlike these, Block 2's active seeker will support terminal engagement without the launch ship's target illumination radars. Club Bluey. It's over. You understand what this statement's saying? Unlike these two, the Block 2's active seeker, without the launch ship's target illumination radars. That means the ESSM Block 1 and the Sea Sparrow RIM-7 need the launch ship's target illumination radar. I explained that right here. The ESSM Block 1 doesn't need the launch ship's target illumination radar on the ship, but the Block 2 ESSM isn't going to be ready until 2020. Like I said, I went searching a little bit yesterday and today. All I seen was short little updates, rate limiting production, something to that effect, and still engineering it. They'll get it squared away. And here it is from docs.house.gov. The evolved Sea Sparrow missile, Block 2, an improved short-range ship-based missile that counterattacks by multiple cruise missiles at low altitude, as well as adversary jamming and radar deception. It will be fielded in 2020 with 80 missiles going to the fleet. I don't think that that's happened yet, but it should be just here around the corner. Ergo, this is the question. Please tell us how the ESSM Block 1 has been engaging surface-based targets at more than 50 kilometers with target illumination radars on ships for the past 15 years. More than that now. Like I said, the first production ESSM was delivered in late 2002 to the U.S. Navy by Raytheon and has been in full operational use since 2004. Kablooey! You're finished. It's over. No way you can get out of it. The fairy tale ball-tard spinning space monkey religion just crashed and burned with such ferocity it makes Steve Austin's $6 million man crash and burn look like a fender bender. And there it is for you right there, crayon munchers. How you like that? Clowns, questions, comments.
Dun, 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 dun.
There's just so much flat Earth proof going around at the moment. It's unbelievable. Like you said, QE, they didn't get the whole argument before. Why did you have to put the Modus Tollens in? Now they're definitely not going to get it. They've got no clue what's going on. They don't even know what's hit them in the face.
Agreed. Well, I like to pile on.
The preponderance of evidence, as some flat earthers like to say.
So I have a silly question, QE. I understand everything you just said, and I'm with you. How does this get past all these military minds?
It doesn't.
Or unless they do know.
It doesn't.
Okay. Got it.
You got to at least have a couple more minutes because I got a peanut butter sandwich.
Well, maybe we should have a moment of silence for the death of the globe.
Okay. You lead it.
I can't. That was really a death blow.
Don't talk
Yeah,
to
don't yeah, we can't downplay.
Come on, man.
Jeez, oh man, do you guys know what a moment of silence is?
Not for them. They don't deserve it.
Yeah, we don't have respect for them. A moment of silence is our respect.
Party then. Go party.
They've had their silence since January 1, 2020. But yeah, don't downplay what's just occurred here. Again, another killer blow to the globe.
35 miles line of sight. Do you know what we're talking about here?
35. That's a low ball. Remember. That's just what.
No, I'm just giving him the low ball. But you know what you're talking about? I know you know what you're talking about. But that's amazing.
So this laser targeting, right?
Yes, it has to be lased. Like I said, by the if you could see on the open panel right there, you can see the target illumination radars beneath the weapon system.
I know exactly what their argument would be. Gravity is making the laser curve with the Earth.
Now I haven't heard that argument.
You got a super chat, by the way.
Go ahead.
So it's from Tony Whitcomb again, and he says, it gets worse than that. The missile gap to travel faster to catch up with the Earth spin.
I agree, Tony. Thanks for the super chat. I agree, but it's going to be a little bit harder because this thing, the Sea Sparrow, it travels at Mach 4. Now, they're still going to have to adjust for it, but it's not going to be all that much traveling that fast. Follow? You don't have to respond. I just want you to know. I think it's Mach 4 is the speed of the missile. That's smoking.
How fast is a Mach?
That's a good darn question. How fast is a Mach, Adam? I got a peanut butter sandwich.
Or he's frozen to death.
I got a peanut butter sandwich. I got peanut butter on my fingers. I strike the keyboard, they're gonna be all sticking.
I thought you only ate bananas during the.
There was the bananas were green.
Yeah, that's how I like them.
Fried green bananas.
No, green, like fresh green.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a peanut butter banana sandwich?
No, but my grandfather on my father's side used to eat peanut butter, bananas, and mayonnaise sandwiches.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. I know we got back on the food. Let's just go. Okay, Arwen said 1,000 kilometers per hour. Is that correct for Mach 4?
I think Mach 1 is the speed of light. The speed of sound.
Speed of light.
Sorry. That was a bit of a mistake. I shut up.
Am I going to have to look this up? Arwen, can you confirm that?
Did
Mach 4?
already.
Thanks.
Did already. 3,069.8 miles per hour.
Really?
Yes.
I told you it was smoking.
Yeah, I think Mach 1 is the speed of sound, which is like 670 or 760 miles per hour or something like that. That's what they say.
This is Mach 4. They say the G-force is so strong that if the plane turns, if somebody's on a plane that's going that fast, the pilot will pass out.
Yeah, because it's like the whole idea, like I say, with the Concorde was that it broke the speed or the sound barrier. That's where the sonic boom comes from. So anything going more than Mach 1 is breaking the sonic. Is creating the sonic boom, as far as I know.
Tony's point conceptually is still correct. right? But it'd have to be a really far target to get anything out of it, right? At 3,000, you say 3,700 miles an hour? Yeah.
3,069.8. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just three. Yeah, still. Yeah. Wow.
3,070. Yes.
That's as fast as my arrows fly.
You wish.
Yeah, I do wish.
I told you how we can prove this to them. We'll get all the ballers together, anti-flat earthers, Rumpus, what's the other guy? Kosho, Unorthodox, and we'll have a game of paintball. Let them use their way of hitting the target, and we'll just use line of sight. And let's see what happens.
Well, the problem is that their way is to aim at the target. They say they, provide for Coriolis, but they don't. They just say they do. Because if they did, they would miss every time.
Hey, but I thought they have to. Oh, you said Coriolis, right? They got to account for Earth turn, no?
Yeah, we're not on the Coriolis thing. Again, we're just focusing on the Sea Sparrow and the target illumination radars. That's the key. So if any one of the Baltards, please, I'm begging you, come on Discord, the link's in the description box, and present your case with the Evolved Sea Sparrow Block 1 missile. Not the Block 2. Block 1. Because the Block 2, that's more advanced, that can use other ships' target illumination radars. It's like a network. They can speak to each other. But not the Block 1, which has been in use ever since 2004. It's still in use, by the way. So you're finished. You're done. There's nothing you could say. The only thing that you could do is say, it's a surface-to-air missile, QE. Clowns. That's the same damn argument that's who I pummeled. What the heck is his name? What's his name? You just had a go around with him, Brian.
Wolfie, is it?
Wolfie, yeah, I slammed Wolfie and all his friggin' numpties with the Sea Sparrow. Just drug him around by his short hairs. That was back in the day, man. That was a long time ago. Yeah. Wolfie couldn't understand it either.
Yeah, they don't understand it. And Rumpus still thinks he destroyed you in a debate.
I don't care. I don't care what Rumpus says. It's our documentation is already down. Go on my channel, playlist debates, go back to 2016 and watch that rip roar. Go ahead.
I did.
There you go.
Delusional. I don't understand these guys. Listen, I think they got MK Ultra'd.
Well, I was actually serious about that argument because I actually heard that from two people that use that argument. Gravity is making the laser curve with the Earth.
That's a new one to me.
I actually heard that.
That's a new one for me. I've never heard that. That's pretty good.
How could bending space-time cause that?
Yeah, we can drop that argument. It's pretty stupid. That's like a Sean Hawkins argument. What are the other arguments? Any other ones?
Well, just before you go, Kiwi, I thought gravity affected the gravity they're claiming there would be the force, and that would affect. That's about weight connected to weight. I mean, so how is it bending light? I mean, what are they claiming about light there?
I don't know. That's just I actually heard that argument twice, and that, as far as I can see, that can be the only argument and it's not even an argument, but it's the only thing they can say.
Gravity. They blame everything on gravity. Come on. That's an old baller tactic. Blame it on gravity.
Another one is just to chuck their globe model under the bus when they say things like, you and your reference frames have been ruined. We wouldn't expect to see drift, those sort of things. That's a good one of the ballers that act like they're really confident about what we're seeing here in reality, not lining up with the globe. Yeah, why would we expect to see that? Yeah, it's still a globe. Morons.
Is the sandwich still there, or are you starting the next one?
He was about to start something, and I stepped on his toes.
Does it have bananas on it? Peanut butter without bananas is not good.
Nope, I snuffed it out. I'm good. I was just enjoying the silence.
Okay, well, we can maintain that for a while if you like.
Yep. Ballers, come on in.
Oh, you need to have those bottles clutching together. Huh?
Yeah, I don't have. I just have plastic.
Well, it's not the same.
Nah, that's why I wasn't going to do it. Yeah, I couldn't believe it that numpty earlier today. As soon as the show started, I wonder how much it's going to take to cover up the primary function of the Evolved Sea Sparrow missile as a surface-to-air missile. What a bozo.
Did he sound just like that?
Yeah, that's how I hear it.
They obviously have done no research on it because it works from 100 foot down. That's the whole point of it. It shoots other ships and low-flying aircraft who are trying to fly below radar. That's the whole point of it.
I think it could go up higher than that, but its the ship's main defense against sea skimmers is the Sea Sparrow. That's its main. Those are the sea skimmers. That's the main target it has. That's what it was built for.
Yeah, and they fly low. They fly like 20 foot above the water on average, as far from what I researched.
No, they go down as low as 2 meters. 6 feet.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, what difference would it make if it was a surface to air anyways?
It wouldn't for those targets because we could treat those, like I said in the presentation, more or less. If you have an elevation from 6 feet to 100 feet, that's a surface target to me. I don't care if it's not touching the surface. It's still surface target if you're following the logic there. Yeah. Essentially, it's a surface target because of its elevation. So it's over.
Sorry. Can I correct myself? The reason I said 20 foot was I researched that it flies for 20 miles at kind of an average of 2 meters or something or like that above the water.
I see. Got it.
20 miles straight. Yeah, sorry, that's what it was.
Yeah.
No, something just struck me. If the world was as they claim it is, they could never possibly hit anything because, number one, nothing is where you see it.
Exactly.
Because of refraction, and your target's constantly moving.
Exactly.
That's why I want to play him in paintball.
Yeah, you're exactly on point, Scrat. That's a very important. I scream from the mountains with that. Like I say that if the spinning monkey ball is as they say, then it would render all the militaries basically impotent. All the world's militaries would be impotent. You couldn't do any firing at all. You could do it, but you'd be missing everything. That's for sure. Because every place you'd go, you'd have to do the quick calculations. Right? That ain't happening.
And plus, how can you know how much an object is refracting? In which direction it really is?
Well, yeah, you'd have to take both refraction and the movement into account. Exactly. You got two problems. Yep. it's overwhelmingly stupid. Yep, it's that simple.
That could be another.
Go ahead,
Could be
Mitchell.
another branch of the military. Like they had Space Force, they could have Globe Force, and everything that they do, they have to take into account what they would take into account if they were living on globe: the refraction, the curvature, the rotation, all those things. Globe Force. See how it works out for you guys.
It won't last. They'll be conquered.
Thanks, Adam. That fan sounds great.
Oh, shit. I'll turn it off. It's unrelated. It was just something I read the other day. It was about military stuff. French tanks, you know, are the only ones fitted with rear view mirrors.
What's the joke? I'm waiting for the punchline.
It was already there.
Did you say rear view mirrors?
Yeah. So they can keep an eye on the battlefield.
That's terrible.
You didn't start the war. They've started it recently. Nicking one of our ships. So jokes are all back on.
French bastards.
Bloody bastards.
Stealing your ships? When?
They're getting a bit antsy over the fishing rights.
Oh, there with yeah, but you got your island there in the bay. Come on.
Our island, yeah. Our island.
Yeah, well, that means that there's still the airways of the sea around it. You shouldn't be confiscated until the whole thing near the land.
Our sea. Yeah. Carry on.
Yeah. Little possessive sort of character.
Not me.
there.
It's not me that's pulling the tail of the lion, is it? It's the wannabe French president, isn't he? Trying to keep his thing, so he's attacking the British, which I think is a traditional thing to do. During the year of a presidential election in France, have a dig at the British for a bit of ratings vote increase.
You guys have a lot of ocean on the other side of your country, right? I mean, go there.
What, that bit that heads towards the Netherlands? Should we?
No, not towards the Netherlands. The other way.
No, don't go towards Ireland. That's caused trouble for too many years.
Yeah, well, that's because that's more your character, like people. Right?
Head south. The French will surrender eventually. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Here's what I got to say in French. Mais nous pouvons verser pour vous foulant. J'aurai toujours from the toit.
Is that from Pepe Le Pew cartoon?
No, it's from a police song.
All right, then.
Do it, Betty.
What? At the show? I think it's better.
Listen.
That. Okay.
Yeah. I'm used to that.
Yeah, you have to do it with a rolling R. Otherwise, it won't be good.
Just FYI, I don't know if it's still true, but the French military, their non-commissioned officers could whoop up on their enlisted soldiers if they did something wrong. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's the case still, but
Whoop up. What do you mean? Just use normal words. What?
They could smack them around.
Why?
What do you mean? Why? I don't know why, but they could without with impunity.
Okay, so if you were in the military, you would be a low-class sort of soldier.
Mm-hmm.
You could be, when you do something wrong or something that they perceive as wrong.
Yes.
You sort of like lashed.
Yes.
Oh.
I witnessed it. I witnessed it first.
Scolded at the same rate.
I witnessed it.
Yeah, you perceive to get every sort of pause that I make to just smack and your text around, but it's not good.
All right, tell me when you're done lip smacking.
Yeah, the thing is, with in America, it isn't any better. They humiliate you. They make you work. It's near to the same, right?
No, that's a whole nother level.
You think?
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
Yep.
I think it's not the same.
No, I witnessed it myself.
Well, don't they? The French also have that foreign.
Foreign
I was
Legion.
just going to ask, what's the French Foreign Legion? I was just going to ask,
Foreign Legion,
actually.
Yep, there's some badasses there, man.
Yeah,
That's what I hear.
Yeah. Well, these guys weren't in France themselves. They were somewhere else, right?
When I seen them?
Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah, we're Berlin.
Oh, okay. Were they also watching the wall and stuff?
Yes, there's the French, American, British, and Russian sector.
Yeah. Well, the French, they have a sort of a different sort of character, right? Also for their own people. Kind of harsh people.
Yeah, I don't know too much about that. I was just associated with, I think the course was 6 weeks. I can't remember. It was so long ago. Yeah, I thought I'd bring that up since France entered the picture for some strange reason.
I think that Adam knows.
Yeah, because they nicked one of our ships. That's why.
Ruben, Adam.
Our?
Fleur de Lille comes from Ruben, right? And that's mostly carried by France.
By France, yes. There you go. There's another lead in, Adam. You didn't bite on that.
From the line of Reuben.
Again, what?
You're saying the French are from the line of Reuben?
Yeah, could be. Yeah. They carry that sign a lot.
All right, slowly going down the tubes. Let's go.
People are thinking about stuff. Come on.
Well, I would have thought it's more Merovingian, isn't it? So, supposedly, a Merovingian line, isn't it? So that would go back, but not go back towards Jesus's family.
Yeah, but there's different pathways, right?
So Jesus is French. Okay.
But that would be the line.
Jeez, oh man.
No, he's not French.
She was from the line of Judah, not Reuben.
Exactly.
There you go. That was the point. So that would be a different line. That would.
Yeah, well, doesn't it say that the line of Judah will always carry the scepter, right? Over Israel.
Different lion. How many lions are there?
Well, 2, basically.
They get on to something more like awe-striking. That's a word. Awe-striking. Awe-struck. I like the word Merovingian. It seems to flow, right?
Yeah, it flows off the tongue, right? It's
Yes.
Like Melchizedek, right? I like that name too. And Methuselah.
I don't like it as much as Merovingian.
Yeah.
Got that Matrix link as well.
What do cherries have to do with anything?
Oh, brother. All right. So since no Baltards are coming in here, the spinning space monkeys, that's probably a good idea.
Well, we got a BG in here.
A BG, really?
Yeah, let's see the new name.
Is he from the Bee Gees? Stay alive! Stay alive!
They're all dead.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that he can do that better.
Are they all dead, or is there still one alive?
Don't know. Disco sucks.
They used to be a rock band, though, if you listen to their early stuff.
I find that hard to believe.
Well,
Hey, since you were talking, go ahead.
no, I was just going to talk about the Bee Gees. Go ahead.
But since you were talking about military, how far does a rail gun shoot?
The rail gun is the.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the rail gun's kaput. They put the
Not
kibosh
far
on the
enough.
rail gun.
Really?
Yep.
Well, how far did it shoot before they put the kaputs on it?
Pretty damn far. It was like I think I seen it ranging in one of their videos they had with it 120 miles. Not that that's the maximum range, but I seen it at 120.
Why'd they do away with it?
There was a number of reasons. I think it went over budget. That's all I heard from it. I just know that it's kaput.
I'd say it's one of these. They're saying it's kaput, and then they're going to use it on someone.
Yeah, that could be the case, man. Yeah, but that would get out though, because you're talking major cash.
I did see something in recent months about it. Sorry, Scrack. Go on.
Well, I was just, how exactly did that work? Do you know?
The railgun?
Yeah.
I'd have to go back in my notes, man. That was so long ago.
Its basic function comes from, I think, what they call a branch of science. I don't know much about it, but it's magnetohydrodynamics. That's what the branch that it comes from, and it's basically a charge situation where it builds up this ridiculous charge, and then it causes a movement on a rail, which causes a blasting of a projectile. That's not a very good description of it. I obviously don't work for the US Navy, but that's basics.
Yeah, I can't even remember who was manufacturing that off the top of my head. I'd have to, it's way back there in the files.
China.
I used to use it on them until it's just started getting ridiculous. They started talking about the railgun as being an indirect fire weapon, like mortars. But that defeated its main purpose, because its main killing power was kinetic energy. Right? The speed of the projectile was just outrageous. And I think it was another, if I'm not mistaken, that one also went, I think it was Mach 5. If I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken though. It's been a while, but it was fast, man. So if you would think about it, if they'd use it as an indirect fire weapon, it would train wreck the effectiveness of the weapon itself at its very core. So it was pretty. It just got so ridiculous. I said, I'm not dealing with this. It's just stupid to deal with this.
Okay, but since it went so fast and it shot with such power, that means it would just go in a straight line right to the target, right? It wouldn't be arcing at all.
That's correct.
So how would that work on a ball?
It wouldn't. It wouldn't. That was the point.
There's video online I saw, and it's a recent enough video. It's only within the past 2 years, from the US Navy shooting it, and they're showing a target at, I don't know how far away, 80 miles or 100 miles, something like that they're claiming it is. It's a big piece of glass or a piece of something, and this projectile comes to it and goes through it at an absolutely ridiculous rate. They said, I think he was right, Mach 5 or maybe Mach 6, something like that, but it's ridiculous.
It was definitely, that Mach 5 is just ringing in my ears for some reason. But you're getting up at that speed. Come on, you got, well, Mach 3 is 3,000. What's Mach 5?
Says here,
I think it'd be
4.5.
6,000.
Sorry. Just 4,500 to 7,800 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Depends how much you crank it up, I suppose.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Scrat? You got any more questions?
Sorry, I was on mute. Nothing I can think of.
All right, let's wrap it up since we have no ballers in here. That's not a shocking surprise. I guess we can
They've
go
all
from
run away, haven't they?
Say
They've
again?
just all run away. Totally, all the ballers. They've run away from the debates. I don't know.
They claim they're boycotting Nathan and QE.
That's called a tell. Thanks.
You need a baller?
No.
I can emulate one.
No, we're not playing that game. How's it going, Arwen?
Yeah, doing okay.
Cool.
It's just like a surprise, like, oh wait, oh you're probably still starting American time.
Yes.
So I'm late.
Yeah. That fools a lot of people, and you can use it as a cool excuse. Betty told me you can use that as a really cool excuse if you wanted to.
What? Don't bring me in this.
Did you
So
not?
this show has been running.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Brian.
Sorry, I didn't. I came in just before you, or just on you.
That's all right.
This show has been running since 7 o'clock my time then.
Yes.
All right.
So
I was thinking it's kind of a short show. It's like it's over already. Okay.
I was telling everybody to make sure that they get to the Flat Earth debate an hour early because they're setting their clocks back in the UK. Finally, Mitchell had to say, so wouldn't we be an hour later over here? I'm like, yep. I'm wrong again.
Yeah, I'd like you'd know. Never gonna let that one go. I just won't do it.
So my wife said to me, are they making fun of you? I said, of course not.
Like a true American. All right, no ballers. Shocking. Let's wrap it up. We'll go from the top. Betty, you want to take the con here? We'll do final comments, channel shout outs and such.
All right. Well, let's go with the topic. Owen?
Hi, are you sure you don't want to take the ball win challenge?
Negative.
All right. Yeah, well, in that case, yeah. I have my Flat Earth Early Bird show, of course, 1 hour late in Europe. Everybody's an hour late right now. So 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend, Flat Earth Early Bird show. Come and see me. And yeah, I interact with my chat, talk about anything pretty much. So yeah, hope to see you there.
Cool. We're gonna catch up with you, Arwen, next Sunday. That's when the U.S. Manipulates time. All right. So everyone will
The
catch
convention.
up. Yep.
I actually want to hear Baldwin's argument for the C-squared.
You'd hear it after the show's over.
What? What for?
Okay.
Okay, I think I'm up, huh?
Yep.
Next person, BG. Are you gonna sing or I have some arguments? Comments?
No, I'm not gonna sing. I'm a little hurt that QE don't remember me though, but I got over it about 1 second after.
Have you been looking at these shows for long? Or?
Oh yeah, I've been in the live stream for about 2 years now.
Oh, 2 years. Wow. Okay, good.
Sorry about that, BG. Hold on a second. Sorry about that, BG. Am I supposed to? My memory's going, man. I'm getting old.
I know. We DM all the time. We don't talk too much, but yeah.
Sorry about that, man. I deal with a lot of people. It's not.
I got over it like 0.1 second after.
It's not.
That's no big deal.
It's not that you're not important. I'm terrible with names too, man.
And they changed a lot lately, so people change their names. But you know this guy, John? then?
I
Encounter?
I should know him, but I think, like you said, we do a lot of texting and stuff, so that's, and I get a lot of text, so.
Okay. Yeah. Well, good of you to come by and just be in the chat for one time, right?
Yep.
Maybe you should come back sometime more, and then we can interact more and get to know you, right?
Yeah, I hadn't been around for about 2 months. I just come back.
Ah, you've been on vacation from the flat Earth.
Nah, yeah, just doing other things.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's go on to Brian's logic.
Hey, sorry I missed the show. I thought it was starting at 8, and it doesn't. It starts at 7 at the moment. So, I just want to say, I'm on YouTube. Sorry, QE, you want to say something?
Yeah, I said sure, right.
Okay.
Betty, he's using the excuse. He's the first one.
Yeah. It's down to self-involvement. You know, my time changed here for me, so that means it changed everywhere else. So that's what that's about. Yeah, I'm on YouTube, Brian's Logic. Subscribe, shop. Why not? Thank you.
Right on. Be cool.
All right.
Will do.
Go over to data. See you pop in later.
Hey, I caught part of it, but yeah, QE, you're pretty thorough on the Sea Sparrow and the line of sight, and pretty explanatory on how it works. It's just unfortunate, you know, that it has to be obfuscated with such weak ad hoc explanations and sophistry. So, but good job, good show.
Yeah, thanks, Data. Yeah, it's feeble subterfuge from numpty dipshits. But I kind of like it. Like I said, it's one of the oldest arguments. It's right up there with the Solar. It wasn't that far long after the Solar. They were right together.
Well, wouldn't it just really go down to Marconi, 1901?
Yep.
Really come back to that original argument there, and the Italian scientist actually backing up the idea that the Earth is a plane based on the the radio wave delay and timing. So it really goes back to that 1901 introduction to whether or not that RF signal would reach all the way to the other side of the Earth, right, or the other side of the continent. So it did, and it does, and it only amplifies the fact that you can have a presupposition, claim it to do one thing, but yet the reality presents itself where it's a paradoxical position where you can say it works in 1 minute, but it doesn't work in this area. If the technology didn't work in line of sight, it wouldn't be called line of sight technology.
Good point. Thanks, David.
All right, go on to the next one. Mitchell.
You can find me on the YouTube channel, Mitchell from Australia. I run a daily show called Flat Earth School. Just going on those times. I think this is the last week that I'll actually be on this show with you, QE, because next week you guys change and I'll be actually at a standalone time of 1 p.m. Central. But for this week, anyway, you can catch Flat Earth School daily, Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. Australian, 2 p.m. Central this week, and 7 p.m. UK. Great presentation. Globe's been absolutely busted since January 1, 2020. We're just pouring salt into the wounds. There's actually no wounds. As we said, there was no globe to begin with. There's no globe now. There never will be a globe. We're just taking the piss, just having a great party. Thanks, QE.
Thank you, sir.
So it's a Flat Earth School. Are there any exams to be taken?
The school itself is our natural world around us. I'm not at school. I'm not a teacher. I'm a student like the rest of us here, and I'm just trying to persuade everyone to get out into their natural world. That is the school. You can learn so much from just being out in our natural world, and it is absolutely flat. So no, there's not really exams. You just open your eyes and you can learn from the best teacher that we have, our world.
Okay,
is it not self-assessment, Mitchell?
Yeah, self-assessment. Yeah, you really have to dig deep and you have to really assess what your world is to you. It is a very individual journey, the flat Earth journey, and you have to come to that realization yourself. You just need to be in the flat Earth school and recognize it for what it is.
Nice. All right. And to the next, Neil Cosentino.
Yes, I don't have a YouTube channel, but you could find me on Flat Earth Debate. I'm there every morning. I'm on the panel. And one day I'm going to get a point or an argument, since according to Arwen, I never have one. But that's it.
Hey, Neil, aren't you just up very early in the morning to catch those shows then?
Come back?
I said, are you not up early in the morning to catch the shows for Nathan's shows?
Yeah, I'm up early in the morning. I'm on the panel. I just said it.
Wow, you're early bird, huh?
4 a.m. if I want to or I don't want to. That's what time my eyes open up.
Wow. Phew. Okay. Well, good. Night owl. We go now to the next. Rookie. Can you talk? Have you talked? Hello? Yeah, I hear something. Yeah.
You're barely coming through.
Okay. I don't think that we heard that, but
Yeah, volume is at like 10% for us.
yeah.
Can
But I
barely
think
hear
he
you.
was short in his answer. Okay, let's go to Scrat. It's flat. You have the last comments for us?
I just don't. What do they do? They just completely ignore the sea sparrow? I mean, do they just not talk about it at all? And if you ask them, they just don't respond?
No, like I said,
it's like right angles.
No, like I said, they come at the argument. They only have two arguments against it. Number one, it's not surface to surface, which is a train wreck. And number two, that the ESSM Block 1, the target illumination radars, don't have to be on the same launch ship, which they're blatantly incorrect. I mean, it's well done. It's a quick study to just implode their argument. So that's all they got. That's all they had from the beginning.
I just find it amazing that people can think that they live on a ball when this stuff is real.
Yep. All over. Thanks, Scrat.
Okay, and then we go to the last on the list, Deanna Meakin.
I'm on mute there. Yeah, I'll do what the ballers do and ignore the sparrow, and just highlight the shadows being referred to as Bo. The work he's done, continues to do. Poses the question, how big is the ball today? So yeah, just shout out to that. I think Mitchell's highlighted it nice. New QE, and it's probably why they're so quiet, isn't it? How do you come back from that one? We were laughing when their R value was from in the heliocentric model from here to the moon. Now it's twice as big as the sun, the ball we're living on. So a great work, highlights the ridiculousness of their claims, and you know what? Long may their silence continue. I'm not bothered. Their silence speaks volumes, absolute volumes. They can pretend they're boycotting certain areas. They're scared to come to certain areas because their whole argument's been dissolved. Most people know that, but let them paint it how they want. It's very telling to me. Thanks, Bay.
Hey, I got one more question, Betty. If the amount of proof came through that Earth wasn't flat, like the amount of proof that we're presenting to the world, actually, that the world is not a globe, if it was vice versa, I would not be a flat earther. So, like, I'm still amazed at the mental block. It's insanity.
Where's the question in there?
Would you still be a flat earther if the was coming through that it wasn't flat?
No, we got it.
Bringing to them.
We got it, Neil.
If I was a religious flat earther, yeah.
We got it. She's just asking.
Religion.
She's just asking where the question was. That's all. Not for you to repeat your same claim.
Excuse me, like you would know.
Ha!
I think I got them all on the list.
Yeah, you got them all. So what do we got? You got something coming up, don't you?
Yeah. I have to remember. Oh yeah. It's next Thursday. We got enough time this time, and I don't have to make it snappy. Then we are on for next Thursday, and then it's about the division in the Bible.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's the presentation.
Well,
I have to make a thumbnail for it yet, but I will.
So that's at 2 p.m. U.S. Central and 7 p.m. UK on Thursday. Yes?
Yeah, I need to do this an hour early.
Yes. Yeah.
When you say division,
yeah,
is this like we're only working with the book of Numbers, or what sort of division are we talking?
I'm starting from the beginning, and I'm going through. I call it division, right? And first there will be spiritual division, but later on I will talk about division within Israel itself.
I got the pun. Good one, Adam.
Thank you, Neil.
Like you'd know.
He did know, didn't he?
Betty, Thursday's my anniversary. 21 years with the
Wow.
same woman. Amazing.
Yeah, otherwise it wouldn't be 21 years, wouldn't it?
Correct.
It would be 21 women that you would celebrate, right?
28.
28. Good to know, Neil.
Congratulations to it's Sarita,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, to you both now.
Have a nice celebration.
Congratulations to Sarita, you were going to say.
Congratulations
with me,
to
right?
you. Commiserations to her, and well, a little medal for her, I would imagine.
No doubt.
All right, we good? That's it? Any more business?
Do you have some more business? What's next, Ballbusters?
I was just going to get into that, but I just wanted to give you one last shot at it.
Do I need to? Did I make myself clear?
Yep. Is that it? Is that all you got?
That's what I'm asking you. Did I not make myself clear?
Yeah.
There's some.
Well, I just want to give you one last chance before I put you on mute.
Oh, well, you will do anyway. Put
Good.
me on mute.
Good. No, not you. The whole panel.
Oh, well, luckily, it's not just me.
Yeah, not just you, but you're in the group.
Mm.
Maybe I'll give a class on that later. All right, guys. Thanks. Thanks to the panel members. Thanks to you guys out there. Like I said, this is just another death knell to the spinning ball space monkey religion. It's the evolved Sea Sparrow missile, Block 1. Like I said, watch out for Thursday for Betty's show. And this Saturday, we're going to continue on the nature and the scientific method. So we'll continue on down that road. That road's going to be a long road. I like that road. I like staying there. We may circle back. You just never know. So hang in there. We'll see you Thursday and then Saturday for Ballbusters.
So you're looking through a sextant at things through the sextant. Which one of these represents that, first of all?
Your sight to the star would be line B.
Line B. Okay.
Yes.
And where's the horizon?
The horizon's not in the diagram.
You know how a sextant works?
Yeah.
What do you look at in a sextant?
Well, you look at a celestial object. You don't need a horizon for a sextant.
What do you mean? Wow, man.
Don't need. You sound a little bit quivery in your voice there, Bob. You don't need the horizon.
Of course not.
Say what? Are you high right now?
What the hell did you just say?
You don't need the horizon.
Of course not.
You're just being asked, do you know what dip correction is? If you don't, that's fine. Just say no. If you do, just tell us what dip correction is, Bob.
Dip correction is related to the angle formed between your horizontal and the horizon as you look down from an elevated height. You don't need a horizon for a sextant. Your HS is your angle, is your altitude from the celestial object to the horizon. You don't need a horizon for a sextant.
Is that what you're stating the horizon dip correction is?
Well, you look up to the celestial object and down to the horizon. You don't need a horizon for a sextant. Well, you look up to the celestial object. You don't need a horizon for a sextant. And down to the horizon. So you don't need a horizon with a sextant, no.
Everyone stop. Just want to clarify what he said. So you're saying that when you use the sextant, it's literally pointed downwards towards the lower horizon on your sphere. I'm not going to try and get you in a gotcha. I'm just clarifying your position, Bob.
That's absolutely correct, Nathan.
Fine.
You don't need a horizon for a sextant.
Go ahead, 10th.
He said he does. He said he doesn't use the horizon. I want him to affirm that.
Yes. So you don't need a horizon with a sextant, no. Your HS is your angle, is your altitude from the celestial object to the horizon. So you don't need a horizon with a sextant, no. Your HS is your angle, is your altitude from the celestial object to the horizon. So you don't need a horizon with a sextant, no.
Turn out the lights.
Double speaking, pretender clown face monkey.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end.
Ballers scattered on dawn's highway bleeding. Fallacies and refravity crowd their fragile eggshell minds.
Well, everybody's heard about the bird. The bird's a winner.